The M6604 code in your Bobcat loader means that there is a loss of communication in the circuit with the ECU, or engine control unit. Now, basically, in most cases, this may mean that there are issues with connections in the battery circuit, because in this case the ECU will stop getting proper voltage supply, and this code will be one of the first you will see on the screen. But sometimes the issue may be with the wiring. So to start with, I would check the battery connections and also the ground connection. The ground is the cable that's connected to the minus terminal of the battery. Track it down to where it's connected with a metal body part and make sure those connections are tight and not corroded. Also, try moving the battery connections. If they are loose and you can move them without loosening the bolts, this is most likely the problem. They should be tightened properly. Also, it won't hurt to check the battery voltage. Even though the lights are up on the dash of your loader and the engine may even be cranking, this doesn't mean that the battery is completely healthy. If it drops its voltage too low at the moment when you're trying to start your Bobcat, this may lead to glitches in the ECU, and the M6604 code is one of the natural errors you will see in this scenario. So the battery voltage shouldn't drop lower than about 10.5 volts when you are cranking the engine. Alternatively, you may use a load tester to check it easily. If this doesn't help, I would try plugging in the scanner and checking if it can communicate with the ECU. It's very likely that the engine doesn't start when you see this code, but the scanner should connect to the ECU and read the codes stored there. If it can connect, the problem is probably not with the wiring or the ECU itself. If it can't connect, you should locate the ECU, unplug it, and check the condition of the connector. It may be corroded after any water intrusion, and it may be the reason for connection loss. Also, the broken ECU may end up throwing this error code, but I wouldn't bet on this scenario, as there are little to no cases of the ECU failing without a good reason for it in Bobcat equipment. I also know about the cases when this error code was thrown by Bobcat when the machine had issues with software in the ECU. Eventually, dealership updated the software in those cases and the problem was gone. Since the new ECU is about $1,000, I would try this before replacing the part.